Okay, I'm Dan Kortbein from Long Haul Trucking. I'm going to instruct you on how to install tire chains today on a set of dual tires. This is one of the most dangerous situations you're ever going to find yourself in. Along the side of the highway, inclement weather, usually snowing, possibly raining, traffic flying by. It's a very, very dangerous situation. So what you want to do is try to minimize the amount of time that you're in harm's way. A couple ways you can do that. Most importantly, probably 75% of that is preparedness. Making sure that your chains are in good operating order and hung on your trailer or stored in a fashion so you know what you're handling. That way you can grab onto your chains, put them on your tires quickly, get out of the way. What you don't want to have is a twist in your chains, knots, things like that. You see people have them stored in a pile. You pick them up, you have no idea what you have. You could have a situation going on where this is twisted through here like this. Now you have, you have a knot in there basically. You can have something like this going on where you have a twisted rail and a twisted cross link. Both of those will cause chain failure. So you want to make sure you check that all out in advance, in a parking lot someplace where you're dry and you can look at things, make sure they're hung in an orderly fashion. I always hang them so that the bends and the links, right here you can see this is bent around to the outside. I always put that so it's facing me when I'm looking at the truck. I always hang them so that the cams are on the bottom. That way I can grab the chain in the center, have equal lengths hanging either direction. I can drape it over the tire, and that way I'm set up to put it on efficiently, get it done as quickly as possible, and get out of harm's way. The other thing I also recommend is that you put on a rain suit because it's highly visible. Usually they're bright colors, yellow, have reflective orange, reflective green, what have you. Helps you be seen in traffic. Also, you're not going to do this every day, so I recommend doing the passenger side first. You get out, do your passenger side. That way you are practiced up. You have done one drive tire, one trailer tire, possibly two drive tires and a trailer tire before you come around to the driver's side where you're dealing with the traffic. And that way you'll be able to do it quicker because it's fresh in your mind from doing the passenger side. Some other things you can do to help keep yourself safe. Do not drive right up to where the state patrol is checking to see if you have your chains on. Get into a designated chain area as quickly as possible. As soon as you're aware of the fact that the chain law is up, pull into the chain area, get off to the side as far as possible. That way you're 20 feet away from the traffic rather than 3 to 5 feet away from the traffic. Much, much safer situation. Now I'm going to show you how it's done. I walk up, usually give your chains a slap because they're going to be hanging full of slop. I'll flip this end down, come back to the front, flip this end down, grab as far out as you can reach. You'll see I have the same length hanging on either side. Drape that over. Kind of feel down with your hands to make sure you're the same distance down on both sides. That way it keeps nice and straight. You'll notice I have the bend of the link to the outside so I don't cut a tire. So you take this end here, just kind of flip it out like this, make sure everything's hanging straightly, whip it underneath. Okay, make sure you have all your equipment. You have to have your chain tool, T-bar like this. Make sure you have bungee cords or a spider. Bungee cords, 15-inch bungees work perfectly. They're exactly the right size. A pin pull tool works great for this also. At this point, you're going to take your pin pull tool or your bungee cord, whip it through, kind of get it through a link, pull it to you. Just from experience, I know that I need to be back 3 lengths on a trailer tire. But you don't have to get that. Just get whatever you can. Then come around to the outside. Pull your latch back. This link here, when you do this, make sure you pull this to the back edge like this. It's inviting to go like this and put this in here. That can jam. And then you're sitting on the side of the road trying to figure that out. So you want to get this off to the side like that. Come through this way, lock it over, and you're good to go. At this point, we pull the truck forward and tighten everything up. A little tip that I always did on my own personal truck, on this link right here, I always put a brightly colored zip tie on the end of that link. So that way when I'm by myself, after I have all my chains on all the tires needed, I pull forward and I can see that brightly colored zip tie. So when it gets up to the top, I know where to stop. So now we're going to go ahead and pull the truck forward. Okay, after we have the truck pulled forward, I'll take and loosen this guy up. Just so it don't fall off. I'll come back to the back, make any adjustments that need to be made at that point. Get as much as you can back here. Okay, now I got that locked in. If you run into a situation where you can't quite get this, your chain tool will also fit into this, which gives you the added leverage to lock that over. When it comes to your cams, I always tighten my bottom ones first, because you have more leverage when you get up higher. You can see this is already very tight. None of these links are moving. They're all nice and flat. That's what you like. You want to have it nice and straight and flat. If it's like that, you'll be able to run for many, many miles without a problem. When you're running with chains on, top speed 30 miles an hour. Next thing you do is you're going to want to put your bungee cords into place. You always want to hook these between your cross links. See, here's a cross link, here's a cross link. You want to go in between that point. Make sure you have your hook to the outside with your bungees bent over like such, so you don't cut into the sidewall of your tire. Take your tail here, hook that through so it's not going to come around and damage anything. Go like that. There, you're good to go. You're now chained up and you are good to ride. Like I say, if you want, you can go down the road a few miles and check it, but as long as they're straight, equal length down on either side, your crossbars are all straight, you'll be able to run for miles and miles without a problem like that. And that's how you do it.